Hello, Chad Peterman here with a brand new growth factor from Can't Stop the Growth. I'm sure you'll find something to help you on your growth journey. Let's jump in. We all have an obligation to continue to raise this industry. This industry has been crapped on for long enough, right? Well, who's going to change that? You know, all these people talking about, well, the kids don't need to go to college, they need to do the trades and all of this, and that's great, understandable, agree with it. However, as the spotlight shifts to us, what are we as an industry going to do to be inspiring and build that trust? Think about why would it, if a kid does not go to college and we think the trade is such a great place, what are you doing in your company that would make that experience better than him going to college? What's your training program look like? Are you meeting with him regularly? Does he have a dream? Does he have a career plan? All of these things that we have to think about as an industry, because if we're truly going to say the trades are better than going to college, then we're going to have to act like it. We're going to have to continue to help each other. We're going to have to get better. We're going to have to build better businesses, because we have to be inspiring. That's the only way to create trust. If you want your people, if you take nothing from this, if you want your people to follow you and run through that wall right there, take inventory of how inspiring you are as a leader. That sounds like a big word, right? Inspiring. Well, I'm not inspiring. No, but you are. Everyone in this room has the ability to be inspiring. You don't have to stand up here and talk. Inspiration is drawn from the level of care that you have for your people. How much do you care for your people? Like, genuinely care for them? Or are they just a means to an end? Are they just another technician to hopefully generate some revenue, hope he doesn't wreck the truck, run someone off the road? Or do you genuinely care about that person? You know, as we were growing, one of the things that I always held near and dear to my heart, and I unfortunately don't anymore, but, you know, when we were 2 years ago, we were, I think, 300 people across 5 different locations, and I knew every single person on our team's name. Now today, it's a little more challenging, but I try like hell. I sit in every orientation. I try to get to know people. I call everybody by name. If you ever come on a tour with me, I address everybody at our organization by their first name. Why is that? Because I need them to know that they are important to me, because that is the only way that they're going to run through that wall. So how do we build that? How do we build that muscle? It doesn't come easy in the trades. Trust me, I've worked with a lot of people, and I'm like, my God, you would be literally the absolute worst person to work with. I pray for your people. They're not in a good spot. You don't say anything good about any of the people that you work with. It's got to be a miserable place to work. And you don't need ping pong tables and nap pods and all of this. You just have to care. That is what will build the trust in your team so that you can scale it. What's the most frustrating thing when you're growing? Technician quits. He leaves. You think a technician, a good one that you want to keep, would ever quit if you were meeting with him weekly, individually, understanding what he needs help with, how you can help him, what roadblocks that you can remove so that he can be successful? Do you think he would ever leave? No, he won't. He can't. You've built the trust between the two of you that's going to take you to the next level. This game is super simple. It's not easy because it's uncomfortable, right? Being inspiring, building trust, it's uncomfortable because we don't want to give if we're not going to receive anything back. Who's had the company event and no one said thank you? Not doing that next year. Anybody? I have. I made that mistake. Don't do it anymore. I've made the promise that I'm going to pour as much care and compassion into our team as I physically, humanly, possibly can, and just see what happens. Because my guess is it's going to be something good. And if not, it's a hell of a lot more fun than being mean. The other piece of being inspiring and building trust that's uncomfortable for us is control. Technicians, they fix things, they have complete control, they know how it works, all of this. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you're going to run a business, Get comfortable with having zero control. The only control you have is how inspiring you are. You can't scale and control everything. I used to make a whole lot of decisions in my company. I make very little now. To the point where people purposely, like I find myself in my office, like by myself, and everybody's like out meeting, doing things. I'm like, hey, does anybody want me to come? Put my input in? Nope. You're good. All right. Sounds good. Trust your decision. We'll figure it out. If you need anything, you'll know where to find me. That's what we're working for. But it only comes if you're vulnerable enough to be inspiring. How do we all make a commitment to be inspiring? What does our industry begin to look like if everyone in this room is trying as hard as they possibly can to be inspiring? It's very easy to do. It starts with care and compassion. When's the last time you wrote someone on your team a thank you note for taking on call, for running a call on the weekend, for working extra hours? Try it. Seriously. I write 5 thank you cards every single morning to people on my team and anybody that I interact with. Because that's my way, because I don't see everybody on a daily basis, that's my way of showing people that I care. I see what you're doing. I have managers send me every week people who are doing a fantastic job so I can let them know that I care. It's simple, it's small, but it goes a long way. Try it. There's a bunch of little stuff like that you can do. I've even written them to technician spouses. Thank you for letting me work with your husband or wife. It's a joy to come to work because I get to work with them. And I appreciate you allowing them to spend as much time as they do here at this company. That's like 3 sentences. Guess what? That goes a long way. As we look into next year, it's probably not going to get any easier. Sorry. But guess what? If you're willing to dream, if you're willing to take that dream and work that plan backwards, if you're willing to get uncomfortable and be inspiring for your team, it doesn't matter what's happening out there.